Tonight, someone is going to be the king of the road for the only time this season. The original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series makes its way to a track where you have to turn both left and right. Up in the hills of Sonoma, California. This is going to be a fun one. Brought to you by Golden, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, and KTM. I'm your host and producer, Morgan Cook. You are watching V-Speed. If you haven't already, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a moment of the racing action you can't get anywhere else. The original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series is exclusive here on V-Speed. Let's have a chat about this racetrack. Sonoma Raceway opened in 1968. It's been hosting NASCAR for so many years. Was Sears Point, then Infineon, now called Sonoma. Just shy of 2 miles. Many elevation changes. There isn't a flat section on this racetrack, nor is there really a straightaway, only the gap between what we call 5 and 6 in real world would be 4A and 7 for some reason. Really not much of a straightaway at all. No chance for drivers to catch their breath, and they are going to need it. This place will wear you out as a driver. Let's have a quick look at our point standings. Dylan Bates has won 4 times and leads the standings by 16 points. Elliott Carlson is right on his heels with that one win, 16 back. Cody Babe and Corey Bigley starting to fall back a little further, all the way down to Lucas Lyons, who has, I believe, only made 1 start so far this season with 21 points. Just find your favorite driver on that list and root them on, because they're going to need a lot of speed here tonight to catch up with Dylan Bates and some of the other drivers who are topping the speed charts. Let's have a look at the schedule. We mentioned Sonoma, the only road course on the schedule, 30 laps here today. Next week, something completely different, a larger racetrack, Talladega, 2 2/3 miles. Always thrilling when you go down to Talladega. Rockingham after that. Then the playoffs begin. Auto Club in Irwindale, break for the holidays. Richmond, Kansas, Bristol, Las Vegas wrapping up in a number of weeks' time. And that is what this season is going to look like from here on out. While we have a moment, let's give out our first award of the day, the Kinder Farm and Ranch Pole Award winner, Kieran Church. I mentioned road course ringers a little earlier. How about 6/10 faster than the field in qualifying is the 22. Let's see if he can put that speed to good use here tonight. Kieran Church, your Kinder Farm and Ranch Pole Award winner. Thank you, Kinder Farm and Ranch, for sponsoring this Pole Award winner for both this season and the previous. Appreciate everything you do for the league. With that out of the way, let's have a look at the grid. Small field here today. Starting on the pole, Kieran Church with a 118. Dylan Bates about 6/10 behind him. Your points leader will start in second. Third spot tonight is Cody Bain and the 78, Corey Bigley. Alongside, that's row 2. All these drivers up in the top 5 in points. Fifth spot, Eric Tracy. Alongside him is Tyler Rice in the 6th position. 7th spot belongs to Elliott Carlson, who, as they roll off the grid, Brandon Wallace will start 8th in the 99. 9th spot, Josh Oswald in the 17. Stephen Davis starts in 10th. 11th will be Alex Veith in the 51. Christopher Heiner in 12th. And rounding out your field is Mike Veith in the 9. Now let's get down to the racetrack and have a look at your competitors. Here we are up on the V-Speed blimp, fairly high above this Sonoma Raceway, wine country. All the fun stuff you see out here when you visit a race. Looks like we're doing a short parade lap today as drivers are lined up just in the S's. Yes, there they are. Just about to crest the second of the S's, that sweeping right-hander. Let's have a look at your race analysis while we have the moment. 30 laps here tonight should go by very quickly. as there are no full course cautions. The pit road speed for that one pit stop you have to make is 45 miles an hour. 3 tire sets, it would be very surprising if you used all of them here today. As I mentioned, no full course cautions, only local cautions, meaning just be aware of what's happening around you. We will not bunch the field back up at all today. 20 to 25 laps on fuel, meaning you will need to make that one stop. We're using the iRacing fix setup as we've come accustomed to in this series. And you have one fast repair just in case road course racing is not exactly your forte. And the field is going to roll into the hairpin, what we call turn number 11. And once they round those tire barrels, we are going to turn them loose. Kieran Church, Dylan Bates on the front row. We are green here at Sonoma. Side by side for the lead as they get through turn number 1. Little drag race, and Dylan Bates going to outbrake Kieran Church and take the lead. Prepare their truck single file throughout the field. All the way back here to the 9, who's just a little bit off the racetrack. So is the 99. They follow each other through there. Back up front. Already through 4 into 7. Heavy braking zone there. One of the better places to try and catch a pass. So every truck snakes through the S's. So far, so good for the field. Kieran Church still chasing down Dylan Bates. Into 11. They have another heavy braking zone. This is the best passing zone on the racetrack. Really easy to spin the rear tires, especially with help from the 78. Cody Bain got there, absolutely. Put the bumper to him. And Kieran Church going to lose 2 spots in 1 lap from 1st down to 3rd. And that's a lap around Sonoma on the racetrack. See Dylan Bates leading. Seen that a lot this year. 91 has dominated the year, 4 wins, including 3 in a row. Didn't show a ton of speed in practice, was up in the top 5, but nowhere near Kieran Church. Tyler Rice has spun backwards off the racing surface. We're not going to get many Salty South Leather Wreckage Rewind, so here's a good opportunity for one of those. Further, a little too much rear throttle here for the 6. This is into 3. Catches the curb. Yeah, turning it back to the other side. Caught the dirt. Yeah, that'll do it every time. And around goes the 6. That is your first Wreckage Rewind of the day. Another big thank you to Salty South Leather for doing the Wreckage Rewind. That might be the most lucrative sponsorship deal that they could have signed here. As Tyler Rice gets back around the 99. These two battling for 11. Back up front. The fight is on. Kieran Church, Corey Bigley, and Cody Bain have not separated themselves at all. Eric Tracy not too far behind as the leader is out by almost 3 seconds. Currently 3 laps into this 30-lap event. A lot of curve there. Let's ride on with Eric Tracy and see what the 67 is fighting. Kind of see the wheel there in his hands. Listen through the RPMs. Downshifting here. They're going to miss this corner actually just a little bit. A little a wheel hop there as well. I find the most interesting thing about watching other drivers is how they feather the throttle. Pulls up through 1 and 2. Losing a little bit of ground to those trio in front of him. Line turn 3 is always a difficult corner to get through here. Seems like he's better than those 3 in front of him through that front half of the racetrack. Let's see how the S's go for Eric Tracy. A lot of time right there. I think that's probably his worst corner on the racetrack. That is pretty much going to complete the lap. Overcooked it a little bit there into the hairpin. Appreciate Eric Tracy giving us the onboard, the ride along. Kind of him. As Cody Boehm took a big bite out of Dylan Bates' lead that time, 0.8 of a second. Could be that your leader, Dylan Bates, is saving a little bit. In fact, let's listen. I mean, it was not saving right there, that's for sure. I don't hear anything any different than, well, Eric Tracy got around Corey Bigley. He might have had a bit of a moment there for the 28. Let's go back and see, because he's lost actually a lot of ground from that front group. Another rewind coming at you. Yes, a little off track there. Go back a little further for the 28. This is at the start-finish line. Up into turn 1. He's right on the back of Kieran Church, so clearly had the speed there. Yeah, just loose out of the corner. Nothing crazy there. And it could not get it hooked up. Lost about 2 seconds in that exchange. Currently, Corey Bigley rides in the 5th spot. Down 1 from where he started. Eric Tracy again overcooking that corner. Oswald just lost a few spots to Heiner and Davis. Let's see what happened to the 17. This is off of 7. Going through the S's. Got some damage too on that 17, which is interesting. Oh, just loose and off in the dirt. That's all it is there. Back to the live shot. Many Salty South leather wreckage rewinds. Not a lot of wreckage though, which is probably good for these drivers. Just a lot of sliding around on this very warm racetrack. 85 degrees on the track itself. Cool day in California. It's only 70 degrees. Currently watching Stephen Davis try and chase down Christopher Heiner. That's for 7. Has not gotten there yet. Right on the back bumper. Watch them dive into 7. Big drive for the 60. Not quite gonna get there. Eric Tracy still trying to chase down the 28, who has gotten back around him. Tracy had an issue somewhere on the previous lap. Into the hairpin. You can see it on the left side of your screen. First and second separated by under a second now. Cody Boehm has turned it up. Another lap where he's about 7/10 faster than your leader. As they slowly catch lap traffic, that's Mike Veith. He's already 1 lap down. I don't imagine the 9 will put up much of a fight to either of the 2 leaders. As Josh Oswald lost another spot, overcooked it into the hairpin. This has been the best battle on the racetrack for much of this race. Oh, there's a truck off the track. There is the 9 of Mike Veith. Truly not giving much of an issue to the leaders, as he's going to pull all the way into the dirt. This trio finds themselves about 5 seconds back of the leader. Stephen Davis with help with a moment. Lost a lot of time. In fact, Oswald's going to get around him, and now he's going to get right back by Oswald. As they work into, that's 4, I believe. Yes, it is, turn 4. Back to this Eric Tracy, Corey Bigley, Kieran Church battles. Kieran Church actually hitting the pit lane. He will make his first stop of the day. The first driver to make a stop today on what is one of the most awkward pit roads. It is so long, it goes all the way around the hairpin of turn 11 and then down the entire front stretch. It is a very strange pit road, easy to speed on. And if you get a speeding penalty here, there is no chance to make it up. So you gotta make sure you hit your lights perfectly. Mistakes today will be absolutely punished. Cody Bames about to force a mistake. Out of Dylan Bates, he's right on the back bumper. The curious thing here is the 78 using too much tire? Is he pushing too hard? We're 8 laps into the run, so you would think we would see tire fall off by now. As Bates gets way wide, trying to set up a better exit into turn 10 here. Bame all over the back bumper. Will they dive to pit road? No. Deep dive into the hairpin. Overcooked it a little bit. Bates saw it. It's going to give way. Crossover. Dylan Bates. Make the move. No. He closes the door. New leader, Cody Bame. Takes the lead here on lap number 9. Third leader of the day. You count Kieran Church leading to the green flag. Bates pushing hard, trying to get back around the 78, who has been consistently faster. Cody Bame brought his road racing shoes today. Working up to the 1/3 mark of the event. Take a look a little further back in the field as these two drivers dive into 7. 6th position is Christopher Heiner, who's chasing down Elliott Carlson. These two are about 20 seconds back of Corey Bigley. Tyler Rice has found them as well. Stephen Davis doing a little bit of, well, that was Mike Beath, apologies, doing a little bit of landscaping off the exit of 2. Apologies, off the exit of 3, that is. Back up to Heiner, who's in the middle of the sandwich. Check out what Tyler Rice has going on. In 7th. Caught up to the back bumper of Christopher Heiner. Oh, he missed turn 10, but so did Heiner. Crossover, here we go. Baited him perfectly into that corner. And I believe Cody Bame has lost the lead. What happened to the 78? Another wreckage rewind coming at you as Rice gets around Heiner. So at the start-finish line, your leader is the 78. Sultan South Leather going to bring us back to what happened to the leader. Overcooked it into 1 through the dirt. Could not get it to rotate, and there goes Dylan Bates right on by. That's the frustrating thing about these road course races is you make a mistake, you do all that work to catch back up. You make a mistake, and then you lose all that time and then a little bit more. It's really frustrating. The 70 uses a lot of curve. That's something interesting, because Cody Bame is using much more curve than the rest of the field is. He's also the only guy getting all the way beside those tire barrels, and I should let you know those will blow a motor if you hit them wrong. There go your top 4. We have yet to see the rest of the field. There they are, just now entering turn 10. That's the gap from 4th back to 5th. You see Kieran Church, who has fallen back due to the pit stop, currently riding in 8th, just now entering the bus stop, or the hairpin, apologies. Stephen Davis, now Josh Oswald. Brandon Wallace about 10 seconds away. There he comes. Last but not least is Alex Veith. And Mike Veith has pulled it off the course today. There's that black 51. Rounding out the drivers running as the 99 misses the corner entirely. Catching back up with the leaders and catching back up is Cody Bain. But don't look now. Corey Bigley and Eric Tracy are not too far behind. They're only about 2 seconds back as Bain takes the fight to the leader. Crossover into 10. Wow. Back into the hairpin. Get the 78 out, break the 91. This is where he made the pass last time. He will get it done. But don't look now, because Corey Bigley is going to make an attempt at second. I wonder if the 91 has lost a little bit of rear grip in those tires, having trouble getting it up off the corner, which is okay at most racetracks. That's not okay at this one where the whole track is cornered. There isn't a straight part on this place. As from Cody Bain, looking back, he's got company, top 4, separated by just under 2 seconds. Legs it out a little bit right there. Down into 7. Loses in the braking zone. No pressure from 5th spot. Elliot Carlson is about 23 seconds behind this battle. 25 seconds behind your leader, Cody Bain. It's that time through 10. No issues for your top 4. I'm surprised none of you guys have come to pit road yet. Curious to see how Kieran Church works through this group. He's caught up to Heiner. He is currently the fastest driver on the racetrack by a fairly significant margin. It's well over a second. He was faster than your leader that time by. Looks like Kieran is going to have to go the long way around the 24. It's been a bit of a weird spot for 10. Big slide. Pass complete. Kieran Church up to the front. And remember, Kieran Church can make it to the end on fuel. Oh, Heiner's going to way cook it in there. Crossover, 22, good night. Good pass. So Kieran Church is the first driver who can make it on fuel. The real question becomes, do the tires give out before he can make it to the end? Will the undercut be beneficial? That time he was the same speed as the leader. Obviously had to work around Heiner, which cost him a lot of time. But he is rolling through this field right now, about 30 seconds back. So if I'm not mistaken, his pit lane time was 42 seconds. So at this point, should the leaders pit this lap, he would gain them by about 12 seconds. So the undercut is working right now. The question is, will the tires give up to a point where he cannot hold on to that lead once the run cycles out? That is the question for all the 22 fans at home. Kieran Church, as he is caught up to 4th and 5th, Rice and Carlson. As Rice hits pit road, all Kieran Church has to do now is keep it on the tarmac, keep it on the black stuff, and keep putting down decent lap times. Let's check it out this time. 1:18.7. That would be the second fastest lap of the race, only behind his fastest lap, the 18:58 he set earlier in the day. Yeah, this 22 is rolling right now. It's all the way up on the back bumper. Elliot Carlson gonna get to the inside into 4, easily gonna clear. Oh, he's gonna slide quite a bit. He's gonna take the spot here into 4, into 7, gonna solidify it. The gap is now 29 seconds to the leader, as I believe Dylan Bates had a moment. I thought he hit pit road. He did not. what happened to the 91. This is through 10. Did he just miss the corner? I think he did. A little bit loose there. I don't think anything crazy happened. Wheel hop in. Oh, yeah, wheel hop into 11. Little half slide for the 91. Able to keep her moving. South to South leather wreckage rewind. Dylan Bates goes for a little bit of a slide. Eric Tracy on pit road. And Kieran Church up to 4th spot now. So now Kieran Church has gotten ahead of Eric Tracy. That gap at the moment is about 7 seconds. So can the 67 make up 7 seconds over the last half of this race? Old tires proving to be an issue. Can't get them hooked up. A lot of sliding for Eric Tracy. Oh, Church had a moment, I believe. Yes, he's got trouble. Big trouble for the 22. All that time he had gained is gone. Let's go look on the replay here. He's ahead of Elliott Carlson, and into 7, just wheel hops it. Or into 4, apparently. It goes all the way around here. Rear tires are smoking hot. Can't get it hooked up, and there goes Carlson. He had the race, because now the first driver to pit is right behind him, and there goes Carlson again, or sorry, Church again. That might be it for Kieran Church. I think that's a day ender. Yes, it is. Had the right strategy, unable to make it work. Dylan Bates on and off of pit road, just ahead of Eric Tracy. Now remember, Tracy had the issue on the outlap, and Dylan Bates doing a little bit better than the 67. It was right here that things got a little squirrely. Definitely loose off the corner, but he's able to gap Eric Tracy on those 1 lap fresher tires. They catch up to the current 3rd place driver, Elliott Carlson, who must hit the pit lane. Both Bain and Bigley, 1st and 2nd, are on pit road. Where will they cycle out? As Bates is going to put Carlson off the road a little bit. This is your leader, Dylan Bates. Should cycle out to be your leader, Dylan Bates. Overcooked into 10 there. It's going to be close on the exit. Who gets the lead? Overcooked into 11 again, driving very hard. Cody Bame, I believe, should be exiting pit road. Yes, he is. He's already off pit road. Bigley did not get off pit road. So now the top 4, still the top 4, just in a different order. Bame, 2.7 ahead of Dylan Bates. Eric Tracy, about 1.6 back, and Corey Bigley is a 2nd behind Eric Tracy. And they have about 8 seconds over the next driver, Christopher Heiner, the only driver yet to make a pit stop. So once he makes a pit stop, we'll do a quick 3-year field, show you where everybody is running. There's that. 51, Alex Veith. See him out here running 11th, right where he started, having a solid day so far. Got 2nd place going right around him into turn 10. He has made his pit stop as well. In fact, last lap he made his pit stop. Going to go way wide, let the leaders by. Classy move for the 51. Now he's going to pick it back up. Good work for him. Cody Bames putting it on him. Led 9 of these 18 laps from his 3rd starting spot. Been routinely the fastest driver on the racetrack. Dylan Bates, though, set the fast lap of the race that last time by. Cut the lead down to 2 seconds. He has led the other 8 laps that we've run so far. back one spot. Eric Tracy in third. Having a steady kind of day. Behind him is Corey Bigley, where he started in fourth for the 28. His spot, Christopher Heiner, has to make a pit stop still. He's going to run this thing all the way out on fuel. Another 2 to 7 laps, what I've been told, for driver 24. Sixth spot is Tyler Rice, should inherit the 5th position once Christopher Heiner makes his pit stop. Elliot Carlson back in 7th. Not having the day I think the 09 wanted. He'll be close to Christopher Heiner when that pit stop occurs. 8th spot is Stephen Davis, gaining a few, running a Kevin Harvick throwback this week, not a Rusty Wallace throwback. A lot of curve there into 4. 9th spot, Josh Oswald in the 17, right where he started. 10th position is Brandon Wallace, who's lost a couple from where he started at 8th. He is the last driver on the lead lap. Leader's not too far behind him, about 8 seconds. In fact, you can see them off the rear bumper. That is, in fact, the leader. Behind him is Alex Veith, who's 1 lap down. And off the racetrack, Kieran Church and Mike Veith have disconnected from the session. Back up front, closest cars on the racetrack are these two, Bigley and Eric Tracy. 1 second separates them. As the 28 has used up the rear tires, he's going to crash into the barrels. Lose a lot of time there in the S's. Not what he wanted. An aerial view through turn number 10. Rear tire's hot on the 28. He's gonna have to do a lot of work. He's now 5-6 seconds back of Eric Tracy, with just over 10 to go. This is your front 2, and then you have 99 playing Hasselhoff. Brandon Wallace off track and still trying to get it under control here. Tracy going to get around him easily. Back up front. Bates is catching Cody Bain. Christopher Heiner finally making that pit stop. He's going to fall back from 5th. Let's see where he cycles out. He will lose 7th. Potentially 8th as well. Keep you apprised of the situation for the 24. Just lost 6 to Elliot Carlson. He'll be leaving the pit road here in a matter of moments. He's off the pit lane and going to blend in with Stephen Davis, who's now off the racetrack. There goes Heiner right there. Oh, that was just about a day ender for a couple drivers. As Stephen Davis had a bit of a moment. I'm curious what that looked like. Christopher Heiner in the rearview mirror. Let's go check that out on a Salty South Leather Wreckage Rewind. So this is leaving pit road. You see the 60 to your left. You're going to take a really deep drive into the corner. Look at how close this was. Oh my. There's a car. Wowzers. Back to the shot. Oh, there goes the 24 around. Same spot. We just saw the 28 go around. Entering the S's. Yes, just at the top of the S's. There's Oswald, there's Heiner, and there are your leaders. You have not separated very much at all. Down into the hairpin. Keeping each other honest. As the gap back to Tracy is a significant one. It's about 6 seconds. Bame and Bates chase down Christopher Heiner. Josh Oswald not too far ahead as well. Through 3. Down into turn number 4. Catch a lot of that curve as well. That's where the speed's at. Heavy braking zone in 7. So you can already see the wheel hop from these drivers. A bit of a bump in that braking zone as there goes Eric Tracy around. See that in the middle of your screen. Lose him a lot of time. Will not lose him any gap to Corey Bigley, who has really fallen off the pace. Maybe made a second pit stop. Yes, he did. Corey Bigley's pit another time. He's back to 5th. Just in front of Elliott Carlson. Tyler Rice now in 4th. Must have been a fast, yes, it was a fast repair for Corey Bigley. Only driver to use one today. Who's still in the race, I should say. Brandon Wallace has as well, apologies. Brandon Wallace also is now 1 lap down, as is Alex Veith. Carlson trying to chase down the 28, who's locked up the tires a number of times today. Just over a handful of laps left. Can the 09 get around the 28? That's the question we're asking. Downshift. 28 overcooked it into the corner just a bit. Carlson not able to make any time that time around. Lost about a 10th, Corey Bigley. Both running about 19.7, 0.8 that area. This is the closest battle on the racetrack, and it's for 5th. I don't know if there's been a driver today who hasn't had an issue. I think Eric Tracy actually just had to spin. Yes, he did. Off of turn 10. Around goes the 67. Really putting that lead over Tyler Rice to the test. Heiner and Oswald have just swapped positions. Heiner gets back around the 17. Both of these drivers are 1 lap down. Carlson is the next driver to go a lap down, although he is about 20 seconds up the road, 28 or 30 seconds up the road, in fact, of your leaders. Would be a tall task to get him in about 5 laps. Carlson and Bigley still fighting for 5th. Bring it up to the front of the field once again. As Boehm and Bates continue this lockstep battle. Fight for the lead, 1.2 seconds. Nobody out the back, as Eric Tracy is 28 seconds behind this group. Tyler Rice another 12, Corey Bigley 8, and Elliott Carlson still chasing down the 28, not able to get there. At this moment, it's fallen back from about 0.4 to 1.2 seconds. Five laps remain. Here from Sonoma, wine country. Can Cody Boehm hang on? He's already led 16 over half the race. 78 has been that pilot truck out front. Behind him, Dylan Bates has led 8 of them. The other laps in this race, in fact, early in second, right where he started. And the gap is growing. It's now 1.6. Oh, he missed the corner. Dylan Bates now 3 seconds back, and the win is slipping away. Number 5 of the season. Slowly but surely, 78 moving closer to getting his first of the season. Let's talk about some awards. We haven't done that yet today. Seems like it's about that time. Best looking truck. Best appearing paint award. How about the 24? That thing's a beauty. Christopher Heiner. Gonna get the illustrious Vies 3D Printing Best Appearing Paint Award. Oh, a little scrape on it. Oh, that's gonna take you out of the running. I did not see the side of that truck. Gonna have to take that and give it to somebody else. How about the 51? What does this Alex Vieth machine look like? Looks pretty good to me. Haven't seen the other side of it. Yes, we'll give Alex Vieth in 10th spot the Vies 3D Printing Best Appearing Paint Award. Truly one for the mantle. He earned every bit of it here today with a very nice number 51 scheme. All right. Biggest mover of the race. Well, that would be none other than actually half the field has all gained 2 spots. This is going to be a fun co-award, everybody, so pay attention. Biggest mover, the hard charger brought by No Next Fast Repair. That belongs in tandem to your leader, Cody Bame, as well as Eric Tracy, also Tyler Rice, and Josh Oswald, and Alex Vieth, and Christopher Heiner, who have all gained 2 spots each. So congratulations to every one of those drivers for being the biggest mover of the race, all gaining 2 spots. And the last one is going to be the Hard Luck Award. And I am going to have to give that one to Kieran Church. Be your Hard Luck Award winner today. Won the pole, fastest in practice. Going to finish 12th after getting on the right strategy but not having it work out for him. Kieran Church is your Rice Farms Hard Luck Award winner here tonight at Sonoma. Back to the racing. Of course, brought to you by Golan Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, and KTM, season-long sponsor for both this season and last. Thank you for helping us at V-Speed bring this racing to you, the fans. And if you haven't already, now is a great time to like and subscribe to the channel. I've been your host and producer, Morgan Cook. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification icon so you don't miss a moment of the racing action you can't find anywhere else. The Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series, as many of our other leagues are exclusive here on V-Speed. It can only be found on this corner of the internet. Appreciate all of you who have already subscribed. We're up past 1,400 viewers. This channel has grown significantly in the last 12 months, and I'm glad to have been a part of it here this year in 2024. Bates goes way wide. He's trying everything he can to catch up to Cody Bame, who is going to take the 2 to go this time by. There will be no caution, because cautions are only local on these kinds of racetracks. There is no traffic in front of him. Just smooth sailing for the 78. All he's got to do is complete half a lap and then the final lap. And he will claim his first victory of the season and the only one on a road course this season. Carlson and Bigley still fighting for 5th. This battle's been stuck at about 1.5 seconds the whole day. Or the whole last half of the race, I should say. Not able to decide it. Might come down to a last lap dive into the hairpin. Back up to the leaders because they've earned it. Through the hairpin for the penultimate time. White flag is out for Cody Bain. Dylan Bates is 2.1 off the pace. Back in second. In the 78. Finish what has been a dominant drive. He went up and took the lead. He's led over 2/3 of the race. Into turn number 3. Off over the blind corner and into turn 4. He's going to cross the curb, reach the run-out area, and drive it into 7th through the bumpy braking zone. And around turn 7. Bates trying to chase him down, loses the nose a little bit through the S's for the final time. Eric Tracy has lost 3rd to Tyler Rice on the final lap. But here comes your leader. Through turn 10 for the final time today. Into the hairpin. Eric Tracy still losing spots. We'll go back and see this after the race. He's on pit road. Eric Tracy is on pit road. For the final time, they exit the hairpin. And Cody Bain is going to be your winner at Sonoma. Congratulations. 22 laps led out of 30 laps run. Cody Bain put it on him here today. Well done, driver 78. He went up and took that lead and never gave it back. Pit strategy on point. Didn't make the crucial mistake that many other drivers had today. Cody Bain's going to lock up win number 1 of this year and vault himself back into the championship conversation. We'll watch him do some burnouts as he finishes the cool down lap, which has not been very cool. Let me say, he has been ripping. Got to put a fast one down on the cool down lap. Once this race is completed, without its feet crosses the line, there it is. 78 will do some burnouts, and we will take a quick commercial break. Let's watch our winner pay it off. Got Dylan Bates right behind him. And there he goes. Great drive for Cody Bain. A little damage now. Lost the rear bumper. And that is the conclusion here of the Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series race at Sonoma, presented by Golden Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, and KTM. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here after a quick commercial break with your results and interviews with your top 3, Cody Bain, Dylan Bates, and Tyler Rice. Make sure to keep it locked here on V-Speed. Be back right after this.
Here comes Milo. Big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
The round gets burned!
Cabot, where did he come from?
Here
comes Zwack.
A punch from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it at Auto Club.
Back here on V Speed for the Flexible Freight Solutions post-race show. Let's start off with the results. 30 laps here at Sonoma, 0 cautions, 3 lead changes. Cody Bame led the most, 22 laps from third spot, and ended up winning this race. Dylan Bates finishes in second here tonight, right where he started. Tyler Rice, your big mover of the day, up 3 spots. He finishes in third. Corey Bigley in fourth. Elliot Carlson got that top 5 as Eric Tracy had to pit on the final lap. He falls back to 6th for what it feels like the second or third week in a row for Eric Tracy, finishing in 6th. Josh Oswald going to finish 7th, 1 lap down. So does Brandon Wallace. Alex Viet in 9th, also a lap down. Christopher Heiner 2 down after having to make a unscheduled pit stop at the end of the race. He was the last driver running, however, as Stephen Davis, Kieran Church, and Mike Viet all left the race early. 11, 12, 13 is where those drivers will finish. Kieran Church with the bad break here, starting on pole, had the right strategy, was unable to pay it off. Finishes in 12th tonight. Let's get down trackside and chat with your top 3 drivers, starting off with Tyler Rice. Tyler Rice, it's Morgan up in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. What's up?
Well, third spot tonight. I don't know if that's exactly what you had expected or circled here when you rolled into Sonoma, but why don't you tell me about your race?
Well, I knew there was about 5 of us that were all going to be pretty evenly matched, so I had to play a little bit of a strategy game. So I didn't expect jamming the brakes and spinning out on the uphill right-hander. I was trying not to run over somebody, and I jammed the brakes and spun it out, so I had to let the field go by. And so I got on my horse and drove up through as far as I could till about lap 12, lap 13, and tried to undercut everybody. And I just took fuel only and let her rip, and ended up just the fuel stop only. I jumped a lot of people that took 4 tires, so the strategy is in my favor. I just couldn't put down any good heaters of a lap time to pull closer to the top 2 guys. They were checked out and gone once they got going. But yeah, it was just solid strategy, trying to keep it on track, not make any big mistakes, and the strategy worked out good for me. I was kind of hoping I'd be able to jump the top 2 guys, but they were out too far to be able to. I think I would have jumped them had I not spun out. So here we are, set in 3rd place. I'll take it.
Yeah, podium, get a chance to talk to me. I mean, what more can you ask for on a
Yeah,
Sunday
there
night,
you go.
right? But
There you go.
yeah, great race for you. I mean, you were one of the few drivers to only have the one mistake. I don't think anyone in this field had 0 mistakes. I think everyone had a slip up, an off track, a tire off, or a half spin, or whatever the case is, including the top 2. Each were trading
Right.
back and forth those mistakes. I think you were the only driver to have one mistake, and that was, obviously, you mentioned it, jamming on the brakes, and you backed it up into or off the racetrack, up through the hill there. But you're able to put that behind you and just work forward. Is that something that you've always been able to do, is be able to put those moments behind you and just work forward? Or have you had to work at that?
I've had to work at that. It's been part of my racecraft over the last few years, trying to work at that. Just when you make a mistake, get over it, keep trudging forward. Don't put yourself in another bad situation to where you compound the mistakes. It's just a mentality. Hey, I made that mistake. Let's focus forward and do what know you can do. And like when it comes to road course racing, it's a skill that I have tried to hone. And with road course racing, the less mistakes you make, the better. I mean, I'm not going to go out there and run with pros, but I'm going to not make a lot of mistakes like a lot of people do, over driving the car or locking a wheel up, stuff like that. I'm just try not to make the mistakes, and you'll be there at the end.
Right on. Well put, Tyler Rice. While we have you up here, anyone you want to shout out or thank for this third place run here at Sonoma?
Well, I gotta scroll up here to get to the sponsor read, so give me 1 second. I should have
All
had that
good.
already up.
Do what you gotta
Um,
do.
yeah, we got like to thank all of our sponsors here, since I am the admin here of the Truck Series. Get to shout out all of our sponsors that can help us put this on. Golden, Suzuki, Honda, Kinder Farm and Ranch, Salty South Leather, Flexible Freight, um, Beast 3D Printing, and No Next Fast Repairs. Just all these people that chip in to be able to put on a broadcast, be able to do sessions, stuff like that. We just want to big thank you to those guys. We can't do it without them. So huge thank you to those guys, and then everybody that comes race. I mean, we got to have racers to be able to put this on. So everybody that comes and races and gets behind the steering wheel and tries their luck, I thank them for it. So good to have them out there.
On 13 drivers here tonight. Don't forget Rice Farms as well on that sponsor list.
Oh yeah, I forgot myself there.
Yes, I figure it happens so often. I've done it up here in the booth as well, forgetting my own sponsor
Yep,
and
it happens.
getting everyone else's. It's funny how that works. But
Yep.
thank you, Tyler, all your admins as well. Thank you and everyone who puts this show on, allows V Speed to come up here and put these shows on for the fans, allowing the drivers in this series to be able to be seen by people who wouldn't normally be able to see them. So thank you, and thank you for your time.
All right, appreciate it, Morgan. You have a good night, my
You
man.
bet. You as well. That's your third place finisher tonight, Tyler Rice. We will take a step up to Dylan Bates on the podium. Dylan Bates, Morgan up in the V Speed booth. You got a copy.
I gotcha.
All right. So, second place tonight. I don't know if that's what you were expecting from a road course. How would you rank your road course skills compared to the rest of this field?
I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't know about the rest of the field. I don't know how they are on road courses, but for me, I'm not much a road course guy, so I will gladly take a second.
Yeah, you went up there, and I at the start of the race, I saw you were about fifth or so, fourth maybe in practice, and I thought, okay, rest of the field's got a shot here on old Dylan Bates, four-time season winner, or four-time race winner this season. Okay, maybe they got a chance at him. You qualify second. I think, okay, that's a little closer to the Dylan Bates that we're all familiar with. And then, like lap one, you charge to the lead, and I think, okay, we're in for another one, aren't we? And then that 78 caught you, and you guys battled within about a second and a half for the entire race. Just how fun is it to be able to race with a guy who you know is on the same level as you in terms of speed, and that any mistake could be the one that takes you out of the race?
Oh, it was very fun for that, for sure. You just had to be locked in the whole time. I was just hoping and praying that Cody would make a mistake and slip up, and I'd be able to get there to him, but it never happened, and he never put a wheel wrong. And yeah, it was a lot of fun trying to chase him down, and it's a lot of fun knowing that the only way you're going to pass him was just outright speed. So it was yeah, it was really fun for that fact.
Definitely. I think there was 2 laps around the middle of the race before the pit stops where you two traded mistakes for about 4 corners.
Yep, yep.
I think it started off with you overcooking the hairpin, and then
Yep.
he got you back, and then he messed up in turn 1, and then you got him back, and then he got you back in 4. It was really quite something to watch here on the V Speed from the V Speed booth here. So,
Yeah,
glad
he
to
was
see
much
it.
better on the back half of the track, and I feel like I maybe had an advantage on the front half of the track, but I just wasn't able to make up the deficit that he put on me through the second half. So
Yeah, I
it was
definitely
fun.
noticed that
Yeah.
different drivers had skills. Eric Tracy was the same way, very good on the front side of the track, not as good on the back side of the track. So that leads into a great question. Two-parter. One, how do you determine where you're better at? Is it a focus or is it something that comes naturally? And two, how do you maximize where you're good and minimize where you're bad?
I think that where I was good just kind of goes back more to the circle track stuff, like those tight early corners are kind of like short track corners. You're kind of trying to open up the entry and get a straight drive off. Where like Cody was really good on those high speed corners where he was fighting like the slip angle and just keeping the car yawed out. I was just really timid doing that, thinking that I was going to burn the tires up, but he was able to just ride it like that and drove the whole race like that. So that's kind of what you focus on. You just kind of find what works for you and you try to focus on it. But trying to figure out what somebody else is doing in the middle of the race to make up time is very difficult. I tried following Cody there and figuring out what he was doing, but I maybe got a little faster through that back half, but he still had me covered.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult to learn on the fly when there's 11 corners to figure out. It's a lot
For sure.
easier when there's only 2 you have to sort out, right? It's,
Yeah, for
you know,
sure.
but good stuff here tonight, Dylan. Gonna probably grow that points lead a little bit. Coming home in second here tonight, leading a few laps, 8 of them. Had the fast lap of the race at an
Well, that's reassuring.
118.21. You're about 4 tenths faster than the next fastest car, which was Kieran Church actually. So, well
Okay.
done on that front. So you do have a little bit of that road racing ability in you. But while we got you up here, who do you want to thank? Who do you want to shout out for second place at Sonoma tonight?
Yeah, first and foremost, obviously, shout out to Cody, teammate of ours. Pretty cool to follow him to the lead there. And yeah, I just like to thank T Rice and Cody and all the guys who put on this league here at Rebels. And can't thank all the guys at Velocity Motorsports for being great teammates.
Right on. Well, thank you for your time, Dylan, and I'm sure we'll catch you another time this season. But that's your second place finisher tonight, Dylan Bates.
Thanks.
Now on to your winner this evening, none other than Cody Last Lap Bame. Cody, Morgan up in the booth, you got a copy.
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Things are good. I'm going to throw some numbers out at you. Third place starting spot, 22 out of 30 laps led, and the third fastest lap of the day equates to a win for the 78. How'd you get it done?
I'm not really sure. I'm not really a great road racer, but I just recently got some new pedals actually, and just practiced a lot with them, and seems like I got them dialed in pretty good. And I don't know. I just learned to like it.
Right on. May I ask, this might be a great sponsor plug for somebody down the road here. What pedals you get?
I got the Huskenveld Sprint V3s. I've
Ah,
had them for a while, but I just haven't been able to haven't had the time to put them together and use them, but
gotcha. I'm a
worked it out.
Husqvarna Ultimate Plus owner myself, so I understand what you're
Oh
saying.
wow.
Definitely some good pedals.
Yeah.
Well, it worked out for you tonight. And pedals are what make road course racers, from my understanding, and you definitely put it on them tonight. You started there in third. I kind of thought Kieran Church was going to be able to pull away on the initial start. Dylan Bates got by him, and then very quickly after, you got by him. And then you chased down Dylan and never really looked back. Strategy notwithstanding, I mean, was there anything he could have done to get you and pass you?
Uh, I felt like Dylan and I were pretty even at the start of the run. He was definitely a lot better, but towards the end, I think I just saved my rear tires a little bit better. And uh, but I mean, he did. I mean, he did everything he could. I mean, he tried different strategies. He tried pitting early, you know. But I don't know. I'm just glad to get one on him because he's been winning pretty much everything in this league. So I don't know how I did it, but I'll take it.
Right on. One thing that he had mentioned, and I'm curious of your take on this, He had mentioned that he was better on the front side of the racetrack, so everything from from the start finish line to turn 7, and then you were better on the back side of the racetrack through the S's, the higher speed corners. What's your take on that? Do you agree with his assessment?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I would screw up like the first turn or the first sequence of turns after you get up the hill. I would completely mess that up. But I felt like once we got to the right-hander that goes down to the short chute to that little keyhole turn.
Right,
I think I was
short
just
shoot and 7. Yeah.
Yep. I think I think I was just eating them alive there for whatever reason, and I think maybe I just saved my tires at the start of the run just enough that I could really lay the pedal down going through the S's and whatnot. I just felt like I had more tire to use, but I mean he definitely had more raw speed than I did. But he towards the end of the run he just slipped and slide a little bit it seemed, but we were very close.
Yeah, hard to keep the rear tires under it on this track. I know that from experience. It's one of the more difficult places to race because there's never a pure longitudinal load. Like you're always accelerating pointing to the left or the right, with the exception of maybe turn 7 might be and the hairpin. Everything else you're accelerating while turning and braking while turning, so it's hard to keep the tires under it. But I mean, phenomenal drive. You obviously did everything you had to do, put together some great laps, and you won this race by 1.8 seconds. Who do you want to thank? Who do you want to shout out for this win here tonight?
I want to shout out Velocity Motorsports. It's just a great group of guys to race with, and want to shout out you for doing the broadcast every week. You do a great job, and definitely shout out my our commissioner Tyler Rice. I help very very sparingly, and he does the brunt of the work, and he does a great job with his league. And we have the best group of guys in the league that we've had ever. So I think I just want to thank everybody else for having a clean race and whatnot. And I think the racing's been good every week, but yeah, I just think they're such a good group of guys to race with. It makes it much more fun to do.
Yeah, I had a good one here tonight. Absolutely. It was a fun race. Not a ton of mistakes out there, which is always good to see. But yeah, great stuff by yourself and the rest of these drivers. Any final words before we put you back into the waiting room?
Yeah, Talladega's next week. Buckle up.
always buckled up for Talladega. Fun racetrack. And we'll see you there. Congratulations, Cody. That's your winner, Cody Bame.
Thank you.
All right. And with that is going to do it for our show this evening. That was the Flexible Freight Solutions post-race show. I mess that up every week. You've been watching the Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series, presented by Golden Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki, and Yamaha KTM. I messed that up as well. Golly, we're losing it here on V-Speed. Make sure to tune in next week to Talladega, same time, same place, here on V-Speed. And for everyone who makes this thing possible, Original Rebels Racing League, Golden, Tyler Rice, Cody Bame, and Brandon Wallace, for allowing V-Speed the opportunity to broadcast these events. I also do thank everybody out at V-Speed, Bradley Cooper, Eddie Smith, and Adam Baker. I've been your host and producer, Morgan Cook. You've been watching V-Speed. If you haven't already, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a moment of the racing action you can't get anywhere else. Hit the notification icon so you don't miss any of the other leagues that we have throughout the week. USR, VSRL, among others that we have going on all the time. So, thank you everyone. Another time here for the Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series. Good night. We'll catch you next time.